What's up, Comic Book Nation? BD here with your Recap to the Rescue, taking a deeper look at the premiere episode of the DC Universe's Titans. Spoilers ahead. The first episode kicks off with Rachel, soon to be revealed as Raven, having a nightmare about the Flying Graysons being, well, the not Flying Graysons. It's a tale told to DC Comics fans so many times in animated and comic book form that they're basically DC's Uncle Ben, so all we have to say is those are Dick Grayson's folks taking a tumble. Rachel doesn't have much control over her powers and is a misfit at school. Being a teenager is hard. For now, her widow's peak and hood are nods to the comic book costume, but she will eventually get a look much closer to the pages.
As the series progresses, she goes from kind of a stylized version to the costume to getting more closer to the original, like to the comic version of the costume.
Plot twist, Rachel/Raven's mom isn't her mom, and, well, she's dead now, thanks to this creepy bald guy who is either working for or against her dad. We're not sure yet, but her dad is Trigon, a DC Comics supervillain who has enslaved a bunch of worlds and is basically a devil, so she decides to head out to Detroit because it's a little bit better than a creepy bald guy. Enter Dick Grayson. He's working as a detective on a child abuse case, and he gives his new partner, Amy Rohrbach, a cold welcome. In DC Comics, Amy Rohrbach is actually a rare honest police officer from the Bloodhaven Police Department. She's never been a major player, but she did once discover that Dick Grayson was Nightwing. But this Dick isn't exactly eager to have a partner because of
some shit about his last one or something.
Then comes an outright Joker reference, confirming the popular villain exists in this world. We can only hope if he's going to appear, he just appears, and it's not 4 years worth of a guy named Jerome just dancing around wearing his colors. Dick, as Robin, destroys a bunch of gangsters in search of Tyler Hackett, a DC Comics villain known for squaring off with Oliver Queen and employing heroin manufacturer China White. A bloody, brutal, violent fight ensues, leading to the now famous "Fuck Batman."
Yeah, can I have a Americano? Batman, dude. Batman. Just the Americano, please.
As it turns out, Dick's hatred of having a partner and desire to kick those dudes' asses both spawned from his previous tenure with the Dark Knight.
Dick Grayson is trying to leave that way of fighting crime. He learns and evolves in a way that Batman hasn't mentally, and he kind of breaks away from fighting crime the way Batman does because he doesn't believe it is right. Basically what we see in the first episode is Dick Grayson trying to support himself and fight crime in a way that he believes right without Batman.
Okay, so Dick doesn't like Batman because he kills people, so maybe all of those guys who he just smashed their faces are just really badly hurt? Also, can we just take a second to appreciate Brenton's facial hair in this? Okay, moving on. Dick plays dumb when police search for Robin, and this guy continues to be one big DC villains reference.
Painted freaks, psychopaths that drag.
Raven's soul self leads her to intentionally get arrested, so she meets Dick Grayson and realizes this is the boy from her dreams and begs for help. They touch hands, she shares her visions of the Flying Graysons, and claims to have something evil inside of her. On the other side of the world, a confused Starfire wakes up next to a dead guy in a car crash and ends up running from some other guys with Stormtrooper aim. She can't remember anything, but this little frog keychain sure does seem important. A little Easter egg pops in the form of her passport when it says Koriand'rs, a name she uses when posing as a model in DC Comics. Of course, her real name is Koriand'r, so she'll probably learn it and eventually get a full Starfire costume.
As soon as I put it on, everyone was like flipping out, and it's awesome because it's something that so many people have seen for so long and that means so much to people, and this is the first time we're bringing it to life.
A dude locked up in her fancy hotel room's closet tells her the man she's looking for is Konstantin Kovar, a DC Comics villain who appeared on the 5th season of Arrow, but these shows aren't connected, so it isn't Dolph Lundgren, and his tenure here is short. They apparently had a thing, and she doesn't remember it, but he does. It all leads to him shooting at her, and that's a bad call. But hey, cool special effects, and she finally goes full Starfire, the alien princess we know and love from DC Comics, and she blows up the whole place.
I think he was hot for you.
And she's off to find Rachel, who got abducted by a bad cop when she didn't listen to her inner Venom, and Dick decides to follow her. She's locked up by the guy who killed her fake mom and ends up making him vomit his guts up just as Dick Grayson arrives, so they leave together and the Titans are starting to assemble. Oh, and then there's this video game store getting robbed by a tiger, aka Beast Boy, because if you could be an animal, wouldn't you go steal the new Call of Duty? His skin isn't green like the comics, but his hair is, so we'll take the nod. But more on Beast Boy next week. What Easter eggs and DC Comics references did you catch in the first episode of Titans? Drop them in the comment section or send them my way on Twitter at BrandonDavisBD, and subscribe to our Comic Book Now Facebook page and comicbook.com YouTube channel for more awesome updates just like this one.